If your grocery bill has gone up significantly in the last few years and you cook at home, you pay attention, and you make decent money, you're still walking out spending more than you planned, well, this video is for you. According to the Bank of Canada, since 2022, grocery prices have risen 22%. This is nearly double the rate of everything else. 7 shifts cut our grocery bill almost in half. The last one, most families overlook it completely, and it is the most powerful. According to a 2025 FP Canada study, 42% of Canadians say money is their number one source of stress. Not health, not relationships, money. And grocery costs, especially for families, sits right at the center of that stress. As someone who works with families, I have seen this pattern again and again. The stress is rarely about one big financial crisis. It is the slow, steady pressure of a grocery bill that keeps climbing while the paycheck does not keep up.
You have probably heard of the boiling frog experiment. You put a frog in cold water and you raise the temperature very slowly. The frog never jumps out, not because it cannot, but because each individual change is too small to trigger a response.
That is exactly what has been happening to your grocery budget since 2022. Edible fats and oils, vegetable oils including canola, saw consistent double-digit annual increase from 2021 to 2023 according to Statistics Canada. Beef prices in December 2025 were 17% higher than just 1 year earlier, and a small pack of beef, something you buy grab without thinking, can easily run $20 or $25 today. Each time the price went up, you adapt, you adjust, and you move on. This is called the hedonic adaptation. It is the brain's ability to normalize new conditions, whether they are better or worse than before. It is a survival mechanism, and today it is quietly draining your family's budget, one price increase at a time. In our household, this is a rough personal estimate. We went from spending around somewhere $75 to $100 a week on groceries back in 2020 to somewhere between $150 to $200 today. We are a family of 3. We have a toddler, we cook at home, and we pay attention. And yet, our grocery budget almost doubled. It did not happen all at once. I never made one bad decision that broke the budget. I will pick up a small pack of beef and it was over $20. I will grab an oil without thinking and the price had quietly climbed again. Each time I adapt, each time I moved on, until one day I looked at our monthly grocery total and the number stopped me cold. And what surprised me the most, it had nothing to do with discipline or buying too much. We were running an outdated system on autopilot while the world around us had completely changed.
Grocery stores spend millions studying human behavior. The layout, the lighting, the music, product placement, none of it is random. The most profitable items are always at eye level. The essentials like milk, eggs, bread are always at the back of the store. You have to walk through everything else to get there.
There is also something called decision fatigue. By the time you reach around 40 items in your cart, your prefrontal cortex is tired. Your ability to evaluate price versus value drops significantly. That is when the $6 flavored water ends up in your cart. And honestly, the store is doing exactly what it was built to do. You are just working against a system you did not design. Which is why the most powerful shifts are not about trying harder, they are about changing the environment. Shift 1. Choose your store strategically. Not every grocery store charges the same price for the same product. In Quebec, switching to Super C or no frills in other provinces can reduce your total bill by 15 to 25% before you even change what you buy. The store itself is a financial decision.
Shift 2. Use flyer apps before you go, not while you are there. Apps like Flip let you see what is on sale this week before you leave the house. The keyword is before, because if you open the app in the store, you are already in the environment designed to capture your spending. Plan at home, shop with a list.
Shift 3, and this one is underrated. Order your groceries online for the curbside pickup. No extra cost, no walking the aisle, and no decision fatigue by item 40. And it costs nothing extra, but it completely removes you from the environment designed to capture your spending. One caveat, fresh product can be inconsistent when someone else selects it. So we use click and collect for dry goods, protein, and packaged items. And we choose our own fruits and vegetables in person.
Shift 4. Buy proteins in bulk when they go on sale. Then freeze them. When a protein goes on sale, chicken, ground beef, whatever your family eats, buy the large family pack. Portion it at home, seat it with a vacuum sealer, and store it in a chest freezer. The upfront cost of a vacuum sealer pays for itself in a few months, and you stop buying proteins at full price.
Shift 5. Let the sales drive the menu, not the other way around. Most families plan their meals first, then buy the ingredients. We reversed it. We check what produce and proteins are on sale in the weekly flyer, and we build the week's meal around that. It sounds like a small change. The savings are not small. And if you're not sure what to cook with what is on sale that week, ask an AI assistant. Give it your ingredients and your constraints, and it will suggest a full week of meals in under a minute.
Shift 6. Rethink your protein sources. Beef and pork prices have risen faster than almost any other food category in Canada since 2022. We shifted toward eggs, tofu, and legumes for most of our weekday meals. Our toddler actually loves tofu, which made that transition a lot easier than I expected.
Shift 7. There is a well-documented psychological phenomenon called the mere exposure effect. The more you encounter something, a brand, a product, a logo, the more your brain starts to assign it value. Not because the quality changed, but because of the familiarity alone. Which means your brand loyalty at the grocery store is not always a quality judgment. It is often just a repetition judgment. The shift is this: for products where the ingredient list is identical, choose the no-name version. For products where quality genuinely matters to your household, keep the brand. This is not about downgrading everything, it is about stopping the mere exposure effect, making that decision for you. Your grocery budget went up because your brain did exactly what it was built to do. You were running on autopilot, quietly, automatically, while prices around you kept climbing. That is not a character flaw. That is hedonic adaptation doing exactly what it was designed to do. Discipline is not the answer here. Building a system that works with how your brain actually functions, that is the answer. If this reframes something for you, drop a comment below and tell me which shift is the hardest for your family right now. I read every single one. And if this hit home, drop a like. It helps more families find this content. And if this kind of content you want more of, subscribing means you will not miss the next one. We went from autopilot to intentional, and our grocery bill shows it. Yours can too. Keep living frugal, stay free.